Put a retriever and a pig at the edge of the water, and most people immediately know which animal is supposed to become a hero. The dog looks right there. It has the bright face, the athletic body, the sacred expression of an animal waiting for someone to throw a damp tennis ball. The pig looks like a mistake. Then the mistake starts swimming. That is why the comparison feels so unfair. Retrievers really are water dogs. Humans selected them for jobs around water, hunting, carrying, finding, bringing things back without turning the duck into soup. A good retriever in water is not just cute, it is a working animal doing what its body and training expect. But the pig has a different relationship with water, less elegant, older, much less interested in applause. A pig does not need to look like a swimmer to float. Fat tissue is less dense than water, so a rounder body can be helped by the same physics that makes it look ridiculous on land. This does not turn every pig into a champion. It does not mean pigs should be thrown into pools. It only means the body we read as clumsy may not be clumsy in the same way once the ground disappears. On land, roundness looks slow. In water, roundness can buy time. And for animals, time is sometimes the whole game. Before the barn pig, before the pink cartoon animal, before the fence became part of the pig's identity, there was the wild boar. And the wild boar was not a joke with hooves. It was a hard, suspicious, muscular survivor, moving through forests, marshes, river edges, floodplains, and islands. Its world was not neatly divided into land and water. There were streams swollen by rain, muddy crossings, coastal shallows, channels between patches of food, wet ground where a predator could appear behind you, and the safest direction was simply away. For an animal like that, swimming did not have to be beautiful, it had to work. Wild boar are known to swim, and some reported cases involve surprisingly long crossings. That does not mean every pig carries some heroic ocean instinct waiting to awaken under a Bahamas sunset. That would be too clean. Biology is rarely that tidy. But it does mean the pig family has not been helpless around water. Somewhere inside the animal we domesticated is a body plan that can paddle through a problem. Not like a seal, not like an otter, like a stubborn barrel with a pulse. This is where the swimming pigs of the Bahamas become more than a tourist postcard. On Big Major K, feral pigs swim toward boats in bright water, and the image breaks the brain. Everything about the scene feels misfiled. Blue ocean, pink pigs, tourists holding cameras. The pigs move through the water with the calm confidence of animals that have learned the boat might mean food. Their origin story is uncertain. Some stories say sailors left pigs there. Some say local people moved them. Some say tourism helped turn the behavior into a spectacle. The safest version is also the least magical. The pigs are feral animals in a human-shaped situation, and they learn to use the water around them. That explanation is less like a fairy tale. It is also more interesting, because the magic is not that pigs became sea creatures. The magic is that we were so sure they couldn't. Humans are bad at judging animals once we've assigned them a setting. Dogs belong on couches, in cars, beside lakes, under birthday hats they didn't request. Pigs belong in pens, mud, farms, and jokes about being dirty. Once the category hardens, the animal disappears behind it. So when a pig swims, it feels like the category has leaked. The retriever is still the specialist. It has the cleaner stroke, the human partnership, the generations of work tied to water. In a contest of speed, training, control, and retrieving, the dog probably keeps its crown. But survival is not always a contest between specialists. Sometimes it's a contest between an animal that looks perfect for the task and an animal that simply refuses to sink. That's the pig's hidden insult to our expectations. It doesn't need to be graceful to be capable. It doesn't need to be built like a water dog to solve a wet problem. It only needs buoyancy, legs that keep moving, a nose above the surface, and enough stubborn mammal panic to reach the next piece of land. There's a warning in this, too. A swimming pig is not a toy. Feral pigs are powerful animals, and tourist contact can be risky for both people and pigs. The moment we turn an animal into a cute miracle, we often start treating it like scenery. The pigs do not become safer because they're funny. They become easier to misunderstand. And misunderstanding is the whole story. We misunderstood the retriever by making it seem naturally magical, when its swimming is also history, breeding, training, and human partnership. We misunderstood the pig by making it seem naturally ridiculous, when its swimming is physics, ancestry, and a body that still remembers wet ground. So maybe pigs don't really outswim retrievers in the clean, sporty way the title suggests. They do something stranger. They outswim our imagination of them. The retriever enters the water like a professional. The pig enters like a bad idea. Then the bad idea keeps moving.